You can only have 3 cars, okay? But they all have to be German. And you can only have these 3 cars for the rest of your life.
Why German?
Because we love German cars.
Okay.
That's all we
Because
talk
Drive
about.
Tribe said so.
Well, no. I happen
You
to
gotta
see,
credit them.
I saw that
Are
early.
we allowing Porsche this time?
Yes, we're hey,
This is
we've been really good.
This is the only German brand
We
there
have-
is.
Yeah, right.
I don't care about
Hello.
any of the others. Hey, so welcome back to another episode of In the Driver's Seat with ABS. On our last couple episodes, you caught us on the West Coast. We're back here on the East Coast, back to our home base. We just posted a video with our dear friend David Swift, so if you haven't checked out that podcast, be sure to go there. Before I start today, make sure to hit that like button. We want to get more likes on this podcast. More likes equals more views, equals more comments. We want to keep this show going. We haven't sat down in a while. I know that we post 2 of these episodes a month, but we've all been busy.
Did we say how long it's been, or is that not like
No, it's not
code?
illegal.
Okay.
No, that's
illegal.
Shh, don't tell them.
All right.
But
It's only been like 3 days, so.
yeah.
Yeah.
But we're finally sitting down to do an episode today. And Sean, I know that you've been very busy. You were at the Goodwood Festival of Speed. Ben, you've been really busy here with all of our cars and coffees and car movement. And on my side, been doing a lot of videos. And this is like our Super Bowl time. We're getting ready for our Motor Week, which is in a couple of months. But Sean, I need to hear about Goodwood. How was that? We took out our 1988 McLaren MP4 that was driven by Alan Prost, and Sean, you accompanied the car out there at
Yeah,
Goodwood.
it was something else. I mean, that, it's funny because looking, I don't know, 2010, 2008, whatever it was, high school, watching the Festival of Speed online, never thinking I'd ever go there, and then here we are. I'm with an MP4 that Alan Prost drove, and that season they won 15 out of 16 of the races, which is nuts to think about. And just being in that environment is pretty incredible. And coming from now that we're in this world, we go to a lot of these events and we host our own event, and it's incredible to see how well they do things over there and how well it's presented. And it's something that I learned from, not only from a hosting events point of view, but just talking with people, and everyone is there, and the cars that are there are cars that you never thought you would ever see run, which is kind of cool. And some of them unfortunately do crash. There was a McLaren F1 and a Carrera, the GT1.
Yeah.
Both had incidents.
Also, that unfortunately that drifting Jaguar from the 50s. I don't remember.
Oh
what
yeah,
model.
the wheel went into
wheel
the,
I saw
wheel
that
and
one in
assembly
assembly came off and it went over the hay bale. And
yeah, it's crazy. I mean,
but no one was severely hurt, which was good.
I mean, it's a whole, they really go after it going up that hill, and it's really cool to see. And like I said, we had our McLaren MP4 there, which I always knew. I'm not the biggest Formula One. I think we've talked about. I'm not I don't really know much about Formula One. I don't follow it, but I'm familiar with the history in the car, and I always knew how significant that car was. But until being there, that is when I really realized how much of a holy grail car that is.
Oh yeah.
Well, you're at
you're
at the event that's the cream of the crop, and you're saying our car got a significant
Well,
amount of
yeah,
attention.
I mean,
you
we
guys were in
amongst
the
everything
McLaren
that's there.
booth, right?
Yeah, we were in the McLaren.
Yeah.
McLaren ran the car for us, so they had a team dedicated to that car. There was, a few other cars that they were running as well. Senna car, they had 3 or 4 Alan Prost cars, including ours. Mika Hakkinen drove his car. There was the Lewis Hamilton car, and the amount of effort our car, although it takes a team to run, is relatively analog to run comparatively to the cars from the early 2000s. They had this compact computer from 1999 to run Mika Hakkinen's car, which was cool to see. But
This is more like a turnkey car.
Yeah, ours is more of a turnkey car, and there was a point when people just walk. You have drivers, you have people from the press, everyone, Chris Harris, everyone's there. And there was a point when Sebastian Vettel just, walked to the McLaren, went under the ropes, and I was with the MP4, and he just beelined it right to our car and was like, "Are you guys running this car?" And we're like, "Yeah, we own this car, and it's going up the hill. McLaren's running it for us." And he was very excited to see cool. that car, which obviously, had a very strong impact on him, because it was the first car he went to, and it was cool to see like the reaction, even from the top of the food chain. Really happy to see that car run. So, and it ran great. Unfortunately, Saturday got canceled due to the winds were crazy, so they had to cancel Saturday. But the car ran Thursday and Sunday, and it was ridiculous to see that car go.
I think so. I went to the Festival of Speed in 21 with Donald, and we got to see the Cooper Monaco go up the hill. Yeah, and as we know, the pandemic was really 20 and 21, and even getting there was kind of a struggle with the pandemic. Yeah. And I don't think, did you have to test?
No, there was nothing.
Yeah,
I mean,
so,
it was
when we went, we had to test every single day, and in America the testing is like pretty lax, but in the UK it's like, get this like British guy is like, "All right, mate," because after like 3 days you'd be like, the American, he's back for his test. Yeah. So I'd go over and he'd be like, "All right." And they have this like super long like I don't know, throat culture thing, and they go
all the way down
one nostril, up the other nostril, and then they stick it to the back of your throat. So every morning I would like get to the garage,
and you're like, "Great, here we go."
And the team was there, and I'd be like, my eyes would be all puffy, and I "Dude, what happened to you?" I was like, "Oh man, COVID testing."
That's funny.
But I couldn't get over like the amount of cars, the amount of bikes, all of the people that show up. I mean, to give you context, the Festival of Speed, I mean, you see the hill climb online. Okay, it's one thing when you watch it online, but when you get there, the sheer size of that event, the pits are gigantic. The Drivers Club, which I'm sure you got to go into, the Drivers Club is really exclusive because all the race car drivers, all the team owners, whoever it is, driving a car or a part of a support team for the car, you get to go into this special access path,
food
basically.
And drink
and you have to you have a special badge called the Drivers Club badge to get in, and the amount of people that are lining the access to the Drivers Club, because you have all these Formula 1 stars, MotoGP stars, World Rally stars.
You have me.
And Sean. It was when I was there, I was actually walking behind Sebastian Loeb, who's a World Rally champion, and there was a bunch of like younger guys, and I actually got stopped at the door, and because they thought I was trying to follow him in. I was like, no, I have a badge, and they was like, "Oh, we're really sorry," but they really take that seriously. But when you're in the club, it's so cool to see all of the drivers just like
there's normal people
having breakfast. Like I remember I was with Donald, and Jensen Button was having tea, and Travis Pastrana walked by, and I was like, when Travis walked by,
everybody's there.
It's
like the event.
Wild.
And the really crazy thing is, I was there for the members meeting. We stayed at the Goodwood Hotel, so we go out one night. We're going for a walk. We end up in this nice field, sheep, animals, very quiet atmosphere. And my boss Ben says to me, "This is where they do the hill climb." And you look around, and it's like this beautiful.
Oh yeah,
it's literally a road to his house,
driveway.
The Duke's house,
and it's like when I was there, it was just completely empty and just this beautiful scenery. Yeah. So they build all of these temporary structures and host like hundreds of thousands of people over a weekend.
150,000 a day.
Yeah. Oh. So the logistics of that and seeing that in person must be insane, and how they handle it and make it work.
Well, and the wind, on Saturday they canceled, and that was due to 50 plus mile an hour winds with a lot of temporary structures, including all the paddocks. So all the cars got taken out.
Oh wow!
Put on trucks. The tents were taken down.
Ask you about that.
And then Sunday morning they rebuilt everything.
Oh my god!
I mean, like, not ideal.
No Problem Boulevard.
Yeah.
Hello.
So yeah, it was pretty incredible, and it was of course 75th anniversary of Porsche. So it was I had a joke pretty much the entire weekend. Who I was with Nick Waller, and he's not a big Porsche enthusiast, so I would somehow tie.
Why is he?
He's British.
I would somehow. I would somehow. I would always tie a conversation into Porsche, and it would just drive me nuts. So it was really funny. Pointing out every Porsche. It was just.
I'm sure
great.
he was absolutely thrilled. With you
There was one point. There was one point they had this. I was in the house, the Goodwood house, and you may have seen pictures. They had this big, structure with all Porsches on it, and they did they had the driveway full of all the racing Porsches. They did this large event, and Waller was trying to get in the house, and I was in the house, and he was texting me, and he was like, yeah, I can't get in. I'm stuck. They're doing a little event right now, and I'm like, oh, is there what brand is doing an event outside? It was just everything was always Porsche. And he's like, it was just good.
Well,
it was fun.
What's cool about that sculpture that's outside of the front of the building is they change that every year.
Yeah.
So that's new every year, which is very impressive. What did you think of the dinner, the gala that they do on that?
Yeah,
Saturday
it
night?
was phenomenal.
Was it still on
and
Saturday?
they still did the gala, even though it was very windy. No, it was fabulous, and they did a really good job. And they do an hour long, a big stage. They do a fireworks show. Cars go on stage, dancers.
That's incredible.
And then the table next to me, excuse me, at the gala, Billy Gibbons was there, the guitarist for ZZ Top. I was like, why is Billy Gibbons at Goodwood? And about a half hour into the the performance, the stage opens up and it's ZZ Top. Oh. So ZZ Top played for about a half an hour, which was pretty cool to see.
Wow.
When I went, the Who played.
Yeah.
Which was awesome.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
And there I got to see when I went, I got to meet Giacomo Agostini. We were filming, the car was about to go out, and the motorcycles went before. And then I had spoken to him right in front of the hill climb. And then at the gala, I got to speak to him at the fireworks show. Yeah. And that was that was the highlight moment for me.
I think I saw him. I think he was there this year because I recognized him from the picture that you sent. I saw him. I was pretty much in the McLaren tent the whole time, but they they ride by and drive by right in front, and I think I saw him riding he was wearing a red race suit and
dude, that whole thing must feel like such a fantasy land.
It is.
Oh, it is.
There's just overstimulation of everything you've ever thought about.
I've said before, I'm used to I walk in here and we work with these cars every day, so you get used to seeing them. But every time we go to one of these events, I mean, you remember me and Pebble last year.
Yeah, and we get to Pebble and Antonio's pointing out. Yeah, Antonio's pointing out 991.1 GT3s. It's like, buddy, there's 8 of those around the corner.
That was my cab.
But that's the thing, man.
How you doing?
I don't. At least with Goodwood,
Goodwood's silly though.
Pretty much the thing with Goodwood is the tickets are not crazy expensive.
Yeah, they're £80.
Pretty much anyone can go, and the access that you get at Goodwood, there's apart from some garages, I'm not going to mention any names, Ferrari. You go up to certain garages, and you can literally walk around all these cars.
Oh yeah.
There's no other place in the world except for maybe a Concours or whatever where you can go see all these cars and then get to see them run, see the race car drivers, see the motorcycle racers, all in one place, and then you can walk across the bridge and you can see all brand new supercars and one-off cars. There's companies like Singer and Gunther Works and all these different crazy car companies. It's the most insane event. It's wild.
They do a really good job at it, and it's and when you have when you're obviously have a car, you have access to the different lounges and stuff, and it's just it's just great.
The food's really good.
Food's
too
good. Everything is really good.
How'd the car run?
Ran fabulous. I mean, it was amazing. It
that
ran
thing
perfect.
must sound so savage with that turbocharger's this.
Yeah, you
big.
hear the turbos are very loud, and what's crazy is you got to keep the car warm all day. If you're running, we ran the car. We kept getting delayed on Sunday because of the wind on Saturday. They were trying to fit a lot in. We were supposed to run at 11, and we ended up running at 4. So they had they literally you literally have to
wait. So I asked you about this a week ago, but can you take us through, like, okay, so if you're running at 11 theoretically,
Yeah.
when do you start the prep, and like what does that go
They
into?
started probably prepping the car. So they take the whole, they take the whole shell off essentially of the car, not just the nose cone.
They undress it.
They undress it, if you will.
Naughty, man.
I know there's definitely a technical F1 term that someone's going to, correct me on.
Of course.
And, they take the whole thing off, they inspect it, they plug in the oil heater, they get the car to a certain temperature, then they start the car, then they have to, they rev it a little bit, they get it to temperature, checking for leaks, checking fluids, and they do that for about 10 minutes, and then they let it sit. And, about an hour and every hour and a half to 2 hours, they would start it based on when we were
It's so
running.
loud.
It is loud, but it's not as loud as
The naturally aspirated cars.
the Mika car, and the Lewis Hamilton car was absurdly loud. It was don't get me wrong, very loud. The MP4 in that generation, super loud, but shockingly
It's crazy.
loud.
It's only a 4-cylinder too.
Yeah, it's
with
four.
a fat turbo on
Yeah,
it.
the twin turbos. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mate, I don't think it's a 4-cylinder.
It's a 6, isn't it?
It's a 6.
Is it? I don't know.
Our in-house.
Sam MP4 6-cylinder.
More importantly, I've been very fortunate to do a lot of cool things with this job, but I was so jealous of you that whole weekend because it was the largest gathering of MotoGP bikes and racers ever at the Festival of Speed.
Yeah, and they're
And
on.
I'm wearing my Ducati shirt today.
and they're all in their suits walking around like this.
Yeah, that's the problem.
That's how Antonio walks
That's
normally.
literally how I walk. You got because the suit is so.
I was like, oh yeah, that's probably a race bike guy.
So when
Or something serious.
Wait, so sometimes
Told you it
Barry
was a
is right.
6. You said it was.
You're
I said
6.
V6.
I know. I said 6.
Who
You
said
said
4?
4. I
I
said
didn't say it
6.
was a
You said
4-cylinder.
you said 16
All right, well, to
cylinders.
clear it
I
up, it's
said
a
six. I said
1.5
V6.
liter
Pull the
V6.
replay. Huh?
No
To clear
replay.
things up, it's a 1.5 liter V6
Okay.
turbo.
Do you want
Yeah,
to hear
that's what I
my?
said.
That's what I said.
This is my impression of that.
What did
car.
he say? Doesn't sound like that.
There's no turbo noise.
Yeah, there's no turbo noise in there.
No, but the thing is, when you put on a motorcycle racing suit,
They look funny when they walk.
Oh.
I'm just telling you.
oh, you look goofy as hell. But when you're in the crouched position over the bike, the suit's actually really comfortable. But when you're doing anything except for riding, it is so uncomfortable because
Your arms are like
the
this.
arms are fixed so you don't break your elbows. The shoulder pads are super tight. When you put on a new race suit, like when I bought my new Dainese suit, I don't know, 6 months ago,
Yeah.
I had to wear it around my house 3 or 4 times for an hour each to stretch it out in order to wear it.
That's why.
I'm not heavy, but I got a couple pounds here and there,
You're
in
kind of chunky.
in the dumpy, I got a little bit
Yeah.
of a belly. You gotta stretch that thing out, dude. And trying on a new race suit in the winter is the worst thing that you could ever do to yourself. You put it on in the summer, the leather stretches. It's
Yeah.
much easier to put on.
No, the bikes were really cool.
How loud were they?
Not that loud because they weren't going fast.
What?
They really didn't go fast. They
Yeah,
just
no.
did burnouts because they were
Well, I mean, I've seen them, but you gotta go when you go to a MotoGP race.
Oh,
it's
I'm sure. I
definitely-
mean, I could tell they were loud, but they weren't going fast up the hill.
God.
They were loud at the members meeting. I'll tell you that.
Dude,
Yeah,
I'm
because
so-
they could probably race.
were
I mean, it
ripping.
was probably not ideal for. It's probably not ideal for motorcyclists to go
Well,
up that
there's
hill.
no runoff area there.
Yeah, but one of the guys did a burnout, that was pretty cool.
Oh,
F1 cars were the coolest part, though,
yeah.
no doubt. I mean, those cars are so loud. It's
Yeah.
I don't know how that event could ever happen in America just because
Goodwood's
of,
on another level. It's incredible what they pull off and how seamless they make everything
Oh,
look.
it's
Yeah.
wild.
and it's one way up. So you have they drive down the hill. You do a U-turn, on a cul-de-sac. You have to, which is the biggest problem is for the F1 cars. We had to start them 3 times every time you go up the hill. So you start it to
Yeah,
get it
drive
down
it
the
down.
hill, or you start it to get to the assembly area. So you go from the paddock to the assembly area. Start it again, and then you have to. I'm sorry, no, we pushed it to the assembly area. Then it got started. Then it went down the hill. We have to. When you get down to the hill, you have to flip it around. So you got to bring all your gear.
Does stuff like this.
You got to bring all the gear, all the starting stuff. The whole team has to go down the hill in essentially buses, and then it has to get started again to go up the hill, and then when you get to the top of the hill, you got to turn around again, start it again, and then drive down. So it's like a whole operation.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, it's a loop.
But they have it figured out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They need an access road, but yes.
So not to change gears here.
Dude,
Hey.
I've never heard that one before, bro.
You can only have 3 cars, okay? But they all have to be German. And you can only have these 3 cars for the rest of your life.
Why German?
Because we love German cars.
Okay.
That's all we
Because
talk
Drive
about.
Tribe said so.
Well, no. I happen to
Gotta
see,
credit them.
I saw that
Are we
earlier.
allowing Porsche this time?
Yes, we're hey,
This is
we've been really good.
This is the only German brand
We
there
have-
is.
Yeah, right.
I don't care about
Hello.
any others. But what are you thinking, boys? Like,
BMW 1M?
That might be on there, but I don't know. German?
that you can only have for the rest of your life.
Our
You only have these-
1967 911 S.
You
2.0.
love that car, huh?
I love that car. So that would be one of them. Carrera
love
GT
driving that car.
and
Remember, 3 cars for the rest of your
Oh,
life.
all right. So my first one is going to be, I was mentioning this earlier, I would have a Unimog Overland conversion. That would be like my apocalypse vehicle. Go
Yeah.
anywhere vehicle. Like if a tree's in my way, like
yeah.
take the tree down, no problem.
Nice.
I like the idea of a Carrera GT.
Carrera GT is the best.
And then, could I like S65 swap a clown shoe?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it might
whatever
be
you
the
want.
last one. That'd be fun.
I'm waiting on my third. So Carrera GT, 37S, and probably I don't know. Forever, I'd probably get like, kids. Probably get like the what is that? Maybach thing, G-Wagon thing.
That'd be cool.
The G-Wagon?
No, the S, not the G-Wagon.
The one that
GLS?
bounces.
The GLS Maybach.
Is that the one that bounces?
Yes.
Yeah, sick.
I don't need to do
The
that. I
sedans
just
bounce
need
now too for no
I just
reason.
need to be cozy in the back.
You should just get a Maybach Metris.
Those are nice.
are
Ben's
nice.
car bounces in the back.
Not anymore. Anyways.
Oh, Jesus.
Cut that part out.
No. Jeez. Mine will be like super original because you guys both said it, but I also discussed this prior to you being here. I'm also going to say Carrera GT. Then I probably do 997.2 GT3 RS just because like
Yep.
the driving experience
I
that
forgot
car is
about-
I forgot about that car.
absolutely nuts. And then I'm thinking like every day, and like I want to be comfortable. Like I want to have people in the car with me. Probably, and Sam's gonna absolutely hate this, but the Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT.
Oh.
You can't fit people in the back.
Why not?
There's like
Doesn't
four.
have 4
it's like-
seats.
Oh.
You guys hate that car. Everyone hates.
I don't
it.
hate that car. I just don't think I don't
I
see
think
a
that
use for
car's
it.
sick.
I
Why
would-
not? That's why I got my Unimog. I can fit 55 people in it.
Dude, I think that thing's cool. I mean, it's definitely ugly.
I don't
like,
think it's ugly. I just don't see a use for it.
it's not as ugly as like
Get the
I have
Sport
like a
Turismo.
I have a bone to pick with like Mercedes styling. Like you look at like the Cayenne Turbo GT, it's very egg-like. Like I'll give them that. But like you look at like most modern Mercedes, like all their cars look like Humpty Dumpty to me.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from, but
Yeah.
Cayenne Turbo GT wouldn't be
That-
on my
that fixed-
3 cars for the rest of my life.
Yeah, that's
That's why I
what I'm
picked 2
saying.
good ones and one kind of eh. But you could drive a Cayenne Turbo GT every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would get a 918.
You could in EV mode.
Yeah.
What's the range on that in EV mode?
Not far.
It's like 12 miles.
Yeah, it's like 12.
I remember Donald took it to Cars and Coffee once, and there was like a large group of people really excited for him to take off. He just
It's
like
like
left
eco
in
mode.
EV mode.
Hey,
That-
Don.
It's not how it works.
We have some updates. I know Sam recently.
Oh,
Sam
yes, I wanted to
recently
talk about
purchased
this.
a new vehicle.
So Sam just purchased a.
This was news to me until
I bet Sean didn't know
10
this.
minutes ago.
I bet Sean didn't know this. Sam just purchased a rear engine, rear wheel drive car from Michigan. Wasn't made in Michigan. It was made very far from Michigan.
Dude, it was made in Czechoslovakia.
What did you buy, Sam?
I bought myself in 1981 Škoda 105S.
On what?
so
on
happy.
what?
With
On
what?
what?
44 horsepower.
Oh yeah, 44.4.
Oh hell
out
yeah,
of a
brother.
1.05 liter.
On what page were you on like Facebook Marketplace? Like
Eastern
77.
Bloc cars in the USA and Canada.
Dude, Sam needs his own podcast.
Yeah.
Dude,
So I'm so
Do you have a
happy
picture
for Sam.
of it? Let me see.
We'll
I'll put it in.
picture.
But,
Yeah, but I
I'll
wanna
show
see
you
it.
one.
Yeah,
now.
show him right now. So we have this group chat for like our docents and our Audrain friends that Sean's not in. And
I am not in that. Thank you.
Sam just
Sean can't
posts one
handle
day-
the number of
Sam just posted one
messages.
day, I bought a Skoda. He did not just do that.
Sam just put up a
Oh.
very embarrassing photo that we cannot share.
I
of
cannot
the
believe.
Group.
I'll share it.
No, do not share that. We would get into
cut this
trouble
part.
with everyone.
I cannot believe he just.
Dude,
Did you seriously buy this?
Sam,
It's clean.
I am so excited.
Is that rust? No.
So to give you guys context,
Sam is the biggest Skoda fan in
Well,
this country.
Well, there's some rust.
and he corrects people too. So when someone says Skoda, he gives you the correct pronunciation. It's Škoda. And Sam is the biggest Škoda fan I've ever seen in my entire life. Sam's daily driver is a Mark 6 Volkswagen Golf R. And I know Steve has given him some gifts over the years, and he's also bought some mods for his cars. He has Škoda caps on his wheels that remove the Volkswagen logo.
His Skoda wheels.
Yeah, he has Škoda wheels
For the
on his winter set. He has Škoda. He has a Škoda shift knob, and he also has Škoda
Valve stems.
Yeah.
Škoda valve stems.
and a hat.
Oh, and
Oh, he's got a hat. He's got
Sam will
socks,
say it.
bro.
And I have the official Škoda windshield washer fluid reservoir cap,
yes,
which
it's genius.
unlike all the other Volkswagen products, it opens up and becomes a funnel.
it's genius. Like they and
Sam will drain his windshield fluid just to add a little bit more every other day.
I was tempted.
dude, you'll sit
Dude, I'm
behind
so
him.
happy you bought
Am I
this
allowed
car.
to ask what you paid for it?
6,000.
That's
Dude,
pretty
that's
good.
epic.
That's pretty good.
That's awesome.
Wait, so you went to the DMV today, right? You just got back. Could you tell us on camera what you said to us right when you got here?
I was registering the car. I handed the papers to the DMV lady. Very lovely. And she pulled out this book.
Sam looks at her. He's like, "It's just you, and me."
She pulled out
I'm
this
here with a
book
good one.
for tax reasons. They had to find the whatever tax rate for that car, and it's this thick book, probably like an inch thick. Hell yeah! And she flipped through it about 3 times, could
Yeah.
not find it. So then she got on the phone, called like the head office or something, on the phone for probably 5 minutes. They didn't know what it was either, and so they finally stamped my tax form, like, you know, for future audit or something like
Yeah.
that. So I'm gonna have to, if they don't find the
The
rates
IRS is
correct,
coming
I'll-
Dude,
Well,
imagine-
the problem is they had the NADA value book out and they needed the Eastern Bloc
Yeah.
book.
Should have
Yeah.
called her. Yeah.
I asked her how many times she's had to call and find out a car. She says she's never had to do that.
Wow,
Dude, good for you, man. You got like
broke the
DMV
system.
story of like probably the year.
Now we got to get you a plate.
I have a plate.
What is it?
It's in the car.
I know, but like
Yeah, like a
Personalized plate.
vanity plate.
Oh yeah. Once Rhode Island opens that up, open it up.
Dude, you should get something like, I don't know, something naughty. Something
How
like,
many cars do I have to compete for the Škoda plate?
dude,
What if
I
Hog
bet
is
you could
taken?
get it.
dude, you should get like Hog.
What if that's
or Haas.
Haas.
That would be so legendary.
What a cool car.
When is it coming?
It should be coming in, I'd say 5 days or so. Hasn't left the shipping company yet.
Who's shipping it?
Montway, I think. Not reliable. I know.
It's not good.
It's all right.
Shouldn't
You don't
have
want an
asked Sean.
enclosed carrier on that?
We'll see.
Did you just say Carrier?
Carrier?
Dude, you've been spending too much time in Rhode Island.
Yeah. All right.
He's becoming an
I'm excited to see it.
Dude, I'm very excited.
Me too.
I want to go for a ride.
Well, dude, speaking of going for rides, I went for a ride with you in your 944 Turbo 951.
Oh yeah, I picked Antonio up at work.
Dude, that
I
thing
mean, at
is
home.
that thing is pretty fast.
Yeah, that's what everyone says. That's what Sean said when he drove it first time.
Yeah, that was sweet.
No one believes me when I say it's like fast.
Well,
Like it's fast.
you know, we spend a lot of time with each other at work, but on our off days, we like to go for drives, and I've recently acquired a new new to me first gen Boxster S, and we will be having
Don't forget the S.
Don't forget the S. It's very important to
7/10
the
of a liter
Boxster
is at
guys.
stake.
Very important to the Boxster guys. But we will be having Barry's got to head out.
Looks like it's just you, me.
just you and me, baby. So with the Boxster, our good friend Jarrett over at Revenant Motorsports. If you didn't know, I had a first gen Boxster, and unfortunately it was in an accident, and we had done a ton of work to it. IMS, RMS, clutch, new spark plugs. We lowered it a little bit on coilovers, new brakes, cleaned
Spent
up
a
the
lot of
interior.
money with Jarrett.
Yeah.
Jarrett sending his kid to college because of Antonio.
Yeah, dude. Jared and I are good friends because of that. But we did find a new car. It was, I think it was a one owner out of Maine, and our friend Doug over at Switch Cars, he actually posted this Boxster on his Instagram, and I was like, whoa, like this is exactly what I've been looking for. Like, I've been looking for a donor car.
Wait, so this was in Maine, or is this the different one from Doug?
The car was in Maine, and then Doug bought it
right.
from that guy, brought it to Ohio at Switch Cars Inc. And I called Doug. I said, Doug was on our podcast. If you haven't seen that episode, make sure you go and check that out. And I called Doug. I said, hey, you know, this is my situation. I put all this money into this other car, and like I want to make two into one. And I saw that the engine in this car blew up, and the guy already took the engine out, and like the engine on my first car, like it's had IMS done, RMS done, new clutch, like all this stuff. He's like, oh dude, this is perfect. And he cut me a pretty nice deal, and had the car shipped out here. And Jarrett is a very busy guy, like most mechanics, and the car arrived at his shop. He's like, oh dude, this thing is mint. And like I was surprised. I saw the photos, it was nice, but I was surprised that the interior is perfect, has the Apple CarPlay, the body only had 41,000 miles on it, the convertible top was nice, had the nice headlights. Like it was kind of like I really lucked out with that deal. And Jarrett's like, I'm gonna have this done in 1 week, and I'm like, like yeah, like I believe you, but you know, like 1 week in like a mechanic's mind is usually like 2 weeks to a month.
Yeah.
He had it done in 1 week, and I got the car back, and it was so nice to drive that car again, you know, after I had an accident with the last one, and I put over, I think, almost 3,500 miles on it, and we've been doing our Sunday drives here and there, and that car is so fun to drive. Like, it's not particularly fast, but it's a momentum car, and it sounds so good, and it's like, it's a 3.2 liter flat six. That is such a fun car to drive.
Yeah. It's a good momentum car, that thing. I mean, you just stay in the power band, and it seems like
it's
just
got
never
like
ends.
nothing to like 5,000 RPM, then like 5 to 7. It's just like it sings. It's a lot of fun.
We still have to find out whose car's faster, yours or mine. I think mine's faster.
I think yours. I think they might be close at like mine on the high end and yours like in boost. Maybe we could do like an unofficial ABS race one of these days.
Yeah.
Sean can wave the checkered flag in his young timer shorts.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, there you go. No problem.
But yeah, it's a good place to end today.
Yeah, it's good to check in.
Yeah,
good to be
check
with
in.
you guys. We don't get to sit down so much right now, so it's nice.
Barry's had a day today.
It's just beginning.
4 o'clock. It's 4 o'clock. Okay.
It's just beginning, baby. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode. As always, like, subscribe, comment, share. If you're listening to us, make sure to hit that download button. If you're on YouTube, hit that like button, leave us a comment, and we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks.